Amidst demands for the extradition of former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, protests against India were reported from Bangladesh's Rajshahi today, with demonstrators taking to the streets under the banner of the so-called anti-Indian Hegemony July 36th platform. The march began at Bhadra Mor and moved towards the Assistant High Commission of India, triggering a tense standoff with the police. Authorities erected barricades to stop the procession, leading to clashes when protesters tried to break through those barricades. The situation was eventually brought under control as police blocked the march, preventing the protesters from reaching the Indian mission. Anti-India protests peaking in Bangladesh, demanding the extradition of former exiled Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Protests against India reported from Bangladesh's Rajshahi today. We have Ambassador Veena Sikri, former High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh, joining us now on the broadcast. Ambassador Veena Sikri, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us over here. Talk to us. These protests clearly come from, the fringe elements of Bangladesh.
Well, let us be very clear that from the minute that Sheikh Hasina left Bangladesh on 5th of August 24 and Mohammed Yunus was sworn in on 8th of August 24, the power behind Mohammed Yunus has been the Jamaat-e-Islami. The Jamaat-e-Islami has been running the show. They are a radical organization. They are bringing together all the Islamist forces of Bangladesh. And these demonstrations are by the Islami Chhatra Shibir, which is the student wing of the Jamaat-e-Islami. So between them, they put all their manpower on the streets, and they are whipping up an anti-Indian rhetoric since last year, but of now it has gone to all new heights. And they're trying to link what they see as the unpopularity of Sheikh Hasina, what they saw. But all this has changed now. And they're getting more shrill in their rhetoric because now the people of Bangladesh have realized that the Islamists want to bring in Sharia law and a caliphate. And the people of Bangladesh do not want that. They were very happy with the democratic rule based on the four principles of the Bangladesh constitution, democracy and secularism and nationalism and social justice. So people are openly saying, Aage bhalo chilo, it was better before. So as they are whipping up the rhetoric against Sheikh Hasina, they are also whipping up the rhetoric against India. And as you know, that now they have called for the elections in February, and a few days ago in the campaigning by a leader of the National Citizens Party, he was shot at by somebody in the audience, and immediately they linked that to India. They called in the Indian High Commissioner absolutely incorrect, against all diplomatic norms, and they tell him, oh, but this is like, and of course he conveyed strongly that India has nothing to do with it. India does not interfere in any neighboring country. We value the people-to-people relationship between India and Bangladesh, and we want Bangladesh to have stability and prosperity, and we want them to have free, fair, and inclusive elections, which will be considered credible. So that was absolutely uncalled for what they did by calling in a High Commissioner. Yesterday, the Bangladesh High Commissioner was summoned to the Indian Foreign Office, and absolutely, I think the Riot Act was read to him, and he was told in no uncertain terms that this is absolutely against violating all norms, because then they set a mob to reach the Indian High Commission in Dhaka. India had to shut down the visa application center because of the security threat. And today, the visa application center in Rajshahi is also being shut down because of the similar security threat. And now they are marching in Rajshahi and trying to reach the Indian High Commissioner's office there. So, I think that this is just a mob being whipped up. This mobocracy has been prevalent in Bangladesh since last August. And now they are trying to use the mob against India, as they have used them earlier against the judges of the Supreme Court, against professors whom they did not like in the universities, against the Hindus, the Christians, the Buddhists, and the Ahmadiyyas and Sufis. Everywhere they use a mob and surround the person and get that person to resign or go away. But I think the messages coming from Bangladesh are that the people of Bangladesh have realized. They know, they're telling us, all of them, that look, we are with you. We are with Sheikh Hasina. We cannot understand what is happening in our country, and we are against this kind of absolute, and pro-Islamic radicalized extremist rhetoric, which has absolutely got no support from the people. And the more that the Jamaat-e-Islami is unable to receive the support from the people, the more they are whipping up the anti-Indian rhetoric. They thought that if we ban the Awami League, which they have, ban the activities of the Awami League, they thought that once they do that, the popular support will come to them. But that has not happened. And the only answer to bring stability back to Bangladesh is to ensure that democracy is restored and that free, fair, inclusive and credible elections are held. Whoever comes in that election will be able to have a government supported by the people, and India will be happy to do business with that government. A few days ago, the leading vernacular paper in Bangladesh called Pratham, they had a survey, and a national opinion survey, and 70% of those surveyed said they want the Awami League to participate in the elections. This doesn't mean that the 70% will vote for Awami League, no, but they want Awami League's participation. They want democracy to be restored. They want a democratic process.
Right. Ambassador Veena Sikri, the people want a democratic process, that's very clear. But the way it is going right now in Bangladesh, this is a very dangerous situation for all the Hindus in Bangladesh, with this kind of anti-India fervor being whipped up. The Hindus have already been under threat and under attack ever since the Yunus government came into force.
Absolutely, because the anger does express itself on the minorities, and in fact the minorities really are in a very bad way, and they're telling us all the time that their condition is worsening, and the Islamists want them to leave the country. But this time the minorities have said, we are not going, we are staying here, this is our country, we are citizens of this country, we want our rights. And because of that, they have imprisoned Chinmoy Das for 1 year without trial, without any kind of show cause or even charges being framed. And they are just running a completely lawless structure in Bangladesh. There's no rule of law. The police, they intimidated. So many policemen were killed in August last year. And even there's public acceptance by these people who are now in power, that yes, we had to kill the policemen because that's the only way we could have succeeded in what we wanted to do. Policemen have been killed, so the remaining policemen are so unnerved and uncertain. There's no governance, there's no law and order. And the army is just on standby. They're doing nothing, absolutely. I think the people of Bangladesh must be really disappointed with the way the army is refusing to exercise even the minimum amount of realization that there is a very dangerous situation in Bangladesh and something must be done about it. And I think that now we just hope that the Bangladesh regime, the interim regime, will accept that they have to have free, fair and inclusive elections with the participation of all parties. And the moment the elections are held, whoever wins is fine. There will be complete stability, there will be peace, restoration of law and order, there will be democracy, and the new parliament can do whatever they wish, in terms of new reforms or anything else that they want to do.
Ambassador Veena Sikri, India and Bangladesh ties have gone from bad to worse in the recent past. There seems to be some, a way of, there doesn't seem to be any kind of way of, reversing that trend. And, protests like this and attacks, literally, the Indian High Commission in Bangladesh could have easily, the Assistant Commission could have been attacked today, if it wasn't for the police bringing things under control. And these are situations which might not be always under control of the Bangladeshi authorities.
Look, these are all intimidatory and provocative tactics. They want to provoke something. They are intimidating them. They know that they cannot do anything. They cannot even allow the direct access to the Indian High Commission or the Indian Assistant High Commission. There will be a complete furor. But they're doing this purely to intimidate. And I can tell you one thing, that just as India has stopped issuing visas in Bangladesh because of the security situation, even other major countries, the US, for example, they have closed down their visa section because of the security situation. They said they're not going to give any more visas. They go to Delhi to get a visa if you want to apply to travel. So every country is recognizing it. It is high time that the Bangladesh interim regime accepted this and decided to hold free, fair and inclusive elections. Yes, the relationship has been bad because from day one, from the 8th of August last year when Mohammed Yunus was sworn in, our government sent a very clear message of congratulations and also said that we are happy to continue the economic cooperation and the other projects that were on for the previous years. And we also, of course, did say that the Hindus, Christians, Buddhists, and other minorities are facing a huge threat. They are being attacked. Please, make sure that this does not happen. It stops. So we did all that. But from the Bangladesh side, we have seen that since last year, for 15, 18 months, they have shown not the least interest in continuing the relationship with India. They have tried to telling their own people that, look, don't take this goods, whatever it is, from India, take it from Brazil, take it from Pakistan, take it from USA, but it's not possible because taking it from any other country means considerable delays, means much higher transportation costs, and so the Bangladesh product, ready-made garments or anything else, they lose the competitive edge. As a result, Bangladesh exports have been falling, and factories have closed down. There is huge unemployment. There is rising inflation because goods are not available. So it's a very poor situation. For the last 15 years, Bangladesh had 6.5-7% rate of growth under Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, and they were able to even start the process of graduation out of the LDC, least developed country category. But now their growth rate has halved, has gone down to just about 3% or less. And, with the banks are under great strain. There is no investment coming in, either domestic private investment or foreign investment. So it's a complete stalemate for the economy. So the people are naturally extremely unhappy because of that. Even their regular food, India has been very, considerate because they are allowing all the rice and other products and others to go in. So I think that Bangladesh has to wake up and smell the coffee. They have to. The regime has to understand what is going on, and the only solution is free, fair, and inclusive elections.
Ambassador Vinay, stay with us because it doesn't look like the Bangladeshi administration is waking up to smell the coffee. We have some breaking news coming in. In a strong and controversial directive, Bangladesh's Home Affairs Advisor, Lieutenant General Jahangir Alam Chaudhry, has ordered police to arrest Awami League members on site without verifying whether cases have been filed against them or not. Issuing a stern warning, he has said that there was no need to check legal records before taking action against what he termed Awami League criminals, adding that police officers who fail to comply will themselves face action. Ambassador Vinay, look at the direction in which this is going. You were just saying that the people of Bangladesh want the Awami League to contest in the upcoming elections. The way this is going, there will be no Awami League left.
No, I think that this will not be tenable. You will see that this will not be tenable. This is not I don't think the people of Bangladesh have ever accepted this kind of police repression. This is exactly what caused the Liberation War of 1971. So, what is happening in Bangladesh is going back to the pre-1971 era, the same methods of repression, the same methods of oppression, the same methods of police, heavy-handed police and army action. I don't think, just as the people did not accept it in 1971, I don't think they will accept it now. We know that the hand of Pakistan is very, very strong. They are embedding themselves with the Bangladesh army. They are sending their Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba groups, for waking up ideological and radicalized extremist warfare, and they're doing all this. But I don't think they're going to have just as in 71, they're not going to succeed this time. And if they were the losers in 1971, who are now trying to again revive themselves, but they're not going to win again, I can tell you that.